So we picked the car up about a week ago. Wife has been driving it every day from then and loving it. Today is the time for the first wash and clean of the car, because what we're going to do is apply what we call a ceramic coating to the car. Ceramic coating allows you to keep the car much cleaner than if you had no ceramic coating. Water beads off it, bird poo and other contaminants are easier to remove. Just keeps it in a much better shape than without ceramic coating. Is it hard to do? No. Is it time consuming? A little, but I do enjoy detailing cars quite a bit. How are we going to do it today? We're going to start by applying a foam bath to the car. We're going to give the car a wash using a microfiber mitt. There is a grit guard there in the bottom of the bucket to stop any gunk coming back into the solution here. Separate bucket to clean the wheels. Once we've rinsed it off, we're going to apply an iron decontamination to try and remove any flecks from, the car's been on a boat for a month or whatever from China, and we'll wash off any iron decontamination. We'll re-inspect the paint at that stage, clay bar clean, just again to get the paint as absolutely smooth as possible. And then we may or may not need to do paint correction. If we need to, I've got a rotary DA and I've got all the bits needed for that. That said, I think the car is actually in really, really good shape. There was a pre-delivery detail to clean the car up for new car delivery. It's fine, but I think I showed you in an earlier video where the so-called detail managed to scuff and damage all the gloss plastic there. You can see heaps of scratches and swirls. I'm going to correct that another day. We'll definitely need the paint correction tool for that. But today's mainly about the paint, the blue paint, getting that cleaned up and ceramic coated. There's very little marring or scratching on the paint itself. In really good shape. Not a bright metallic blue, but a beautiful shade of blue. You can see the color coming out there now. So once we've done the clay bar, we'll move on to the next step, which is getting rid of any remaining surface contaminants, applying the ceramic coating kit itself, and then when I've put one, maybe two layers of that, we'll put a sealant on top of the ceramic coating, and this thing will be good for quite a while. We've given the car a wash, and I've taken my leaf blower to try and blow off all the water. On my other car, the Tesla, which has been ceramic coated, after a good wash, all you need is the leaf blower to make it dry. So this car hasn't been coated yet. You can probably see there's a lot of water still around everywhere. And on the roof, that's what we call, well, I don't know, it's not sheeting, it's just staying there. So that's going to improve a whole lot once we've got the ceramic coated all completed. What we're going to do now, we're going to dry the car off with a big microfiber towel. Back indoors under cover, out of direct sunlight, which is always a good thing. I've inspected the paint, really, really good condition. It's had a light detail. I mean, the detailer did an okay job on the paint, terrible job on the shiny black plastic. But we've covered that. I'm not going to whinge about it for at least another minute. We're not going to do a paint correction at this stage. I can always do it later in the future if I feel like we need to do that. We are going to do a clay bar wipe down. So what we have, you can use any clay, any automotive clay. I mean, it's not really much of a difference between them all. You just need a good sort of lubricant to make sure the clay doesn't stick to the paint. So we're going to spray the whole car down. We're going to do a panel or two at a time, wipe it down with a microfiber, and then we should be ready for our ceramic coating. wipe the whole car down with our clay bar. There was very little contamination there anyway. The final step now before we apply the ceramic coating is to give it one more wipe down. Again, we're going to use this razor formula. This is just going to get rid of any final contaminants. There shouldn't be anything left because we use it to lubricate the clay bar anyway. Once over with that, and a bit of a wipe down with a clean microfiber as well. Let it dry off, which only takes a few minutes, and then we'll talk about getting ceramic coating done. So we finished washing the car, we've done our iron decontamination, we've clay barred, we've also gone through and used our final prep to wipe down the whole car and let it evaporate. Car's dry and ready to be ceramic coated now. Yeah, quite happy with how it turned out. A few little marks here and there, it wasn't too bad. It does help if you have a little bit of light and heavy compound, just in case you find some glue remnants or other marks which don't come off easy with just a little wipe. Next part is the ceramic coating, and this is what all the preparation has been involved with. You've got to prepare it well because that will affect your final result. The kit which I'm going to use is what we call a sea quartz kit. I've used it on many cars before, very happy with how it performs. It's very well priced, very easy to use as well. How does it work? It's got a little foam block, and it comes with some little tiny suede towels which you wrap around the foam block like that. Simply unscrew the cap there, run a few drops of line across here, then you apply it to the panel, make sure you overlap. You let it flash off, which means some of the solvent, some of the alcohol in it evaporates, leaving the ceramic coating on the paint. Depending on the temperature and humidity, it takes anywhere from about 3-5 minutes or so. Normally I can get 2-3 big panels done, and then when I've done the final panel, I'll go back to the first one. You then get one of your microfiber cloths and buff it nice and smooth. Don't leave it too long because it may be streaky if you don't buff it off in time. You can kind of tell when you look at it, it looks a little bit almost like an oil film when it's about ready to be wiped off. We've completed our ceramic coating. I've done 2 coats actually, why not? And we've waited now for that to cure off, and the final step is applying a spray sealant to the car. This comes in the kit as well. Spray it on, wipe it off with a microfiber.
Days later.
We've given the car a wash now that the ceramic coating has been done. If you look really closely, now you can see what's called beading, where the water kind of forms water round droplets on the paint rather than big pools of water, which is what was happening before. Have a look what happens when we give it a rinse with water. Everything runs off amazing. The car was really clean, even though we've had quite a few rainy days here in Melbourne. The same effect you can see on the doors here on the side. Everything just runs right off, hardly leaving any trails, actually no trails at all. What should happen now, that we've given the car a good wash, I should be able to wet the car down and dry the car purely with my air blower. I've given the car a quick blow dry with the air dry. You can see there's pretty much nothing left. The ceramic coating worked amazing. The water just beads right off, and with the help of the air blower you can dry your car pretty easy, pretty quick, and have it totally clean without actually touching it with any more cloths or rags or microfiber towels, which could actually make it scratch some more. Really happy with how it's turned out. Give it a go yourself. And we are now complete. For a time estimate, the wash of the car, about half an hour. The clay bar of the car, allow an hour for that. Then the polish, preparing for the ceramic coat, not long, 10 minutes maybe. The actual application of the ceramic coat. I did two layers, each one took about 45 minutes or so. And finally the sealant, which I applied at the end, that one only took about 10 minutes. Very quick and easy to do. I would highly encourage anyone to give it a go. It's not a difficult thing to do your own ceramic coating. All you need is a little bit of time, like I said, and some product, of course. But once you've done it, you have the skills and the ability and the knowledge to do it all over again. And you get to keep all that knowledge for future cars that you may have. It takes you an afternoon if you crack into it. And you know what? You get to save yourself a lot of money from what a professional detail may charge you. I hope you've enjoyed the process here. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you get onto it yourself. You can get an amazing result and be proud that you've done it yourself too. I'll see you in the next video.